What's going on, YouTube? RDAP Dan here, Federal Prison Time Consulting, and we are back again for video number 2 on this very fun Thursday. Today, we're talking about Charles Castro Barberero, which we've done a video on in the past, back in 2017. This is a con artist that from inside prison for defrauding people and running all kinds of credit card scams and money scams. And he's continued to run scams while he was in prison. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. But the thing is, the reason why we're doing this video is I'm still getting emails and text messages from individuals that have been ripped off and taken for several thousands of dollars from this guy. He did this while he was in prison, which is crazy. It's been very hard to find a photo of this guy. I don't know how he's been so elusive on not having his photo, but as stupid is, stupid does. This dum-dum allowed himself to be on TV. I think it was CNBC was doing some kind of a county jail thing, and they happened to be filming in a county jail where he was at. And this guy allowed himself to be filmed and talk to the cameras. So we do got a couple of good clips of him, which we're going to show in this video. We've also got some phone numbers and some contact information and some emails. We have a background search on this guy that we're going to share here in a minute, and we are going to try to call him. Now, I have heard rumors that he's back in county jail. I don't know if this is true or not, but we are going to try to call him, and we're also going to try to contact the company that he supposedly owned or worked for. It was like a cabinet company where, again, he was scamming customers. He was scamming employees, getting them to use their own money. I mean, it's just nasty. The text messages that I've received from individuals that found my first video back in 2017, which you can see right here. Let's make it bigger. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. So this was filmed back in October 14th, 2017 is when I made this video. And he tried to scam me. Basically, what he did was he called me, just like many of other individuals in prison do, saying he heard about me through a family member and he wanted help with prison consulting and sounded great. And he was like, hey, you know, I'm a very wealthy man. I've made some nice friends in here. I would like to also help them, which that is not normal. I don't normally have clients that are paying for other individuals, like basically other inmates that they've met in jail, but it did sound like it was possible. So I was like, okay, so tell me what you got going on. Basically, he says, all right, I'm going to pay for myself, a couple of other guys. Also, I would like to pay you extra money that you can use to put money on my books. Basically, he wanted me to put money on his commissary for him and help him with some of his legal fees, which sounds like something somebody could want. So I was kind of all for this. But the weird thing was when it came time to pay me for these services, it was just weird credit card payment where it's got to be an offline authorization where I have to do it a certain way with my bank. And it was a pre-authorization where the funds would go into my account. Something about it sounded suspicious. My credit card provider, my merchant provider, was never heard of this type of process. So they kind of shot it down and said, there's no way we can do this. So then he wanted to send me a check, or he gave me a routing and account number and everything to do like an ACH. Well, I've been around long enough to see different cons and different scams. So something about this didn't seem right. Like I could feel it kind of, something was off about this guy. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. So I decided to contact the bank that he supposedly was going to be having these funds withdrew. And I contacted the bank and they couldn't tell me much because, you know, I'm not authorized on the account, but I said, hey, this is the person's name. This is the amount that they're trying to pre-authorize. And the only thing they could say is we can tell you that the person is not authorized on this account. We don't know who this person is. So basically it was a scam. And the idea from him was I would deposit this check for several $1,000s. The money would go into my account. I would then use those funds to, put money on his books and pay for some attorneys and whatnot. Within a few days, obviously the funds wouldn't clear or there would be a dispute and the funds would get pulled back out of my account. But at this point, I would have already have sent him several $1,000s. So once I found this out, I kept the con going with him back and forth, just trying to generate more information through. And he was doing this through core links. He was doing this through the prison email system. Is the cojones this dum-dum had on him that he was trying to run this con while in serving a prison sentence. which will show you. We've got his BOP information. He's got his register number. I mean, this guy is definitely not trying to fly under the radar. He's just like, F it. No one's going to stop me. So I'm just going to keep running. Well, after doing some research, I contacted the prosecutor that was prosecuting him out of California. And the prosecutor is like, I called him up. He's like, who are you? I said, I'm Dan Wise. And this guy named Charlie Barrero, blah, blah. He goes, let me guess. And he kind of told me what the guy was already trying to do. And I was like, yes. He goes, yeah, that's his con. He's done this to several attorneys. He's actually contacted criminal defense attorneys, got them to run payments or process money the same way. They would then provide these services for him, and then they'd get chargebacks. So he was just running amok, doing this over and over and over again. The other con he would have was he had all of these guys in prison convinced that he was like this mega millionaire, and he was going to send them all this money. And he was getting these people to buy commissary for him and put money on his books and this and that. And then all of a sudden he would just disappear. He would just fly off the radar and disappear. And he's doing this while he's in prison this entire time. And I'm contacting the prison, and they're not stopping him. They're reading the emails. They're not stopping him. The prosecutor is not stopping him. And this guy just continues to do this his entire prison sentence. Then he gets released from prison, and I start getting more emails and more text messages from people that he has taken advantage of. And now he's running these cons where he has this company here. Let's pull up this company. He supposedly has, let's see here. So make it bigger. What's going on here? Come on. There we go. 405 Cabinets and Stone. So I've got text messages from guys that he hired. Most of his workers were in the Philippines. Now, this guy, I believe, is either Hawaiian or Filipino, and we'll show you what he looks like in a minute. He's definitely a looker, guys. You know, you're sorry about that. Sean Cowgill trying to call me while I'm live. Sean, I'm live right now. Can you? Hopefully everybody can hear me, and we have good audio and video and all that good stuff. So let me know who's watching. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do all that fun stuff right now. But this is just a channel here that if you've been taken advantage of from this guy, Charlie Castro Barrero, send me an email, send me a text message. Let me know where he is. If you have contact information, phone numbers, addresses, anything you might have on this guy, because we've been building a file on him for a couple of years. And we would definitely like to destroy this guy and bring him down, because, you know, many of you are getting ready to go into prison and many of you deserve second chances. But this guy is kind of a cockroach that just needs to be stopped on and put in prison, no email access, because this guy would just continue to steal people blind. So I've spoken to some employees that worked for him at this 405 Cabinets and Stone, and he would actually convince them to put some of the materials and whatnot on their credit card and go out and make these purchases and never pay these people back. Some of these, the clients would pay for all these high-end jobs for cabinets and granite and whatnot and not get any of the services rendered, and he would just disappear with the money. I don't understand how this guy has just continuing to elude. I don't even know if they care to catch him. That's the thing. You know, we hear about people getting caught all the time, and here's people just providing evidence on what this guy is doing. And then we're talking some big time fraud here. We're not talking a couple $100 here and there, thousands of dollars per transaction that this guy is out here stealing. This is the kind of guy that's going to be found dead in a ditch. And there's really not going to be many people that feel sorry for him. It's horrible to say that, but he's just doing this. It's almost like he's got no remorse, no conscience, no self-awareness. He's just doesn't care about anybody. And we're going to try to contact him. So this is the Cabinets and Stone, and let's bring up a video. We're going to bring up a video right now of this guy. This video was provided by somebody, posted it on YouTube. That's called Bally Woman, which I give a big shout out to you, because that's where I'm getting this video footage from. And we're going to let you hear a little bit of this. This is him, the big guy that you see up in the screen right now, touching his head. And this was put on a YouTube channel that was called Mod Q Drama, Mod Homosexual Mod on Lockup. This was by MSNBC, is who originally aired this, but I couldn't find their original video of this. I can only find the video. So the quality's not great, but you'll get the idea. The sound's okay. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this. And you just kind of get a sense of the idiot that we're dealing with here that just keeps escaping. And we're going to hope that this video brings some more light and hopefully the cops just lock this guy up and throw away the key and never sees daylight again, because he has not learned from his many mistakes. And then we'll go into his arrest record, and we'll go into his public information where we got his addresses, family members information, which all this stuff, everything I'm going to share with you guys, there's a link in the description of this video. I created a Google share drive that's got his background check in there. So if you want to download it and do some research to try to find this guy, if he owes you money, or if he's taking advantage of a friend or a family member, take advantage of it. So let's watch this video here for a second.
Lot Q was also known for its hospitality. Charles Barbero, who was in on multiple charges of fraud and grand theft to which he had pled not guilty, offered us one of his homemade commissary snacks.
This is top ramen, and it's funny. It consists of Cheetos, chicharrones, and top ramen. And gorditas. You eat this, and this is what you get. No, I'm the opposite. You're 200. Think about that scale. Maybe 208. I'm 279. It's still very fun. And they told me to lose some weight, but I don't care.
In Mod Q, the relationships are absolutely different than from other mods, because in other mods you got this high intent.
All right, so we will fast forward to where it's got this goofball giving us a little bit more of a show. Let's see here.
I'm an older sister or brother to her. She's young. So I try to, give her advice. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of drama.
But occasionally, the drama.
So this does not appear to me to be the type of person that would be, that educated to go out there and run these types of elusive scams. But looking at his, if we share his criminal record, it's pretty apparent that either they don't care to catch him. Let's see here. That they either don't care to catch him, or he's just that smart. I don't know. I don't know which side of the coin this guy falls on, but this is the Riverside Superior Court Public Access, and this has a lot of his information on here. Look, this stuff dates back to 2014, as you can see. These are a lot of his aliases, which, again, all of this information I'm showing you right now, and there's a link in the description of this video for a Google document where it's free. There's a free, anybody can download it. You don't need request access. Just click on it. You can download this information and upload it to your computer there. Let's see here. Let's see what his cons are. So we have grand theft over $950. That was in 2014. Intent to defraud, grand theft. Prison prior within 5 years. Prohibited person, relinquishment, forms finding. Let's see here. Warrant was recalled. Motion to withdraw his attorney. And I believe these were state charges. And then the guy decided to go fed. And he didn't really get a lengthy sentence. He got a few years. And then if we look at his background, this was a background search that was done through, I think it was Ben Verified is who the background search. And this was provided to me from a viewer that saw this and decided to share the information here. So we'll go down here and get into the good stuff. All right. So here's Charles Castro Barbero, age 45. It says his most recent address was 11448 Whittier Avenue, Loma Linda, California, 92354. If any of you live in the area, maybe go knock on his door. One of his aliases was Jennifer Price. Charles Castro. I mean, just look at these aliases. They're just one after another. Contact info, several different phone numbers for him. Don't know which numbers might be valid, which ones are good or which ones are bad. We've got some email addresses, and I do have a more recent email address as well, which is in the description of this video, which we are going to send him an email with the description of this video, or a link of this video and a link of the other video. Relatives, hopefully this is what will piss him off. Maybe if we're posting his relatives' information on here, which they did nothing wrong, but when you run a background check, stuff pops up and the background check is public information. So all I'm sharing is public information here. So we've got relatives. We've got Yuri Barbero. She lives at the same address. So that could be a wife, a sister, his mother. Let's see if it has her age. Looks like the age 45. It might be the same guy. It might be one of his stupid aliases. A lot of the same address. Rivka Castro Barbero, Maria. These are probably all him for all we know. Misha. So all these different individuals. So different addresses over here. We've got Charlotte, North Carolina. And all this information, again, is in the description of the video. It's got his neighbor's information on here. So this guy committing all of this fraud, all he's doing is putting all of his friends and family's information out on the internet now because he just wants to continue to try to destroy people's lives because he's too lazy to go out and do anything right. A Filipino, that's where he's from. He's from the Philippines, is what one of the people that got taken advantage of contacted me. They were going to come out here, or not come out here, but they were going to do a live interview with me, but they decided not to do it. And that's the problem. A lot of the people that have been victimized by this scumbag don't want to come out publicly and talk about it. They're embarrassed. You know, they're embarrassed that this guy got them for the amounts of money. They feel stupid. They feel ashamed, and you shouldn't. You know, you got con men out there that know triggers and weaknesses and the right things to say to get you, to lock you into their scope of scams, and you fall for it. And then you feel silly and you don't want to talk about it. It's almost like women that get sexually taken advantage of or raped. You know, they don't want to come out and talk about it because they feel ashamed and like people are going to judge them, and nobody wants to go through that. But this is how you stop this guy. So hopefully somebody out there is, you know, got their laser focus on this guy or scope on this guy, because he's not going to stop. The law is not going to stop him. Prison's not going to stop him. He's not afraid of punishments. So things like this, sometimes, you know, the alternative is, if you keep doing this, bad things are going to end up happening to you or people that you care about. And hopefully that this guy will stop before something horrible happens to him or somebody he knows. But I mean, the public record on this guy is just so deep, and it just keeps going and going and going. Education, zero. Social media, the only social media I found was a LinkedIn account. And when I looked up this LinkedIn account, it seemed like I had no association to him. So I didn't share the post, but who knows? Criminal record. Yep. He's got criminal record. All right. That doesn't seem to, he's got an active Superior Court forgery exceeding $950. There's another one here. What's this one for? Offense not specified. Another criminal record, not specified. Yeah, the guy's criminal record is pretty lengthy. He should just stay in prison. This guy should just stay in prison. But even prison, he doesn't mind prison. You could see from the dumb video he was in there, living it up, making all these commissary food item burritos that we know he probably scammed out of people like you that thought he was a legit guy, gave him money somehow on accident, and now he's probably the people in there are paying for this stuff, thinking that they're going to get paid back somehow from this guy's super wealthy and got family. I mean, the stories he told me were just insane. So if this video can bring a little light to anybody that's dealt with this bonehead, this would be great to see him stopped in what he's doing, because he's just not going to. It's going to require people like you guys to get out there and help this process stop. We're going to try to give him a call and see if he answers his phone. So let me look up his number again real quick. Okay. right, let's see if this fool answers his phone. So the phone number I have for him is 905-741-2945. Let's see if anybody answers. I'll be surprised if he answers.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice messaging system.
Let's see if we can leave a voicemail.
905-741-2945 is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Hi, this message is for Charles Barrero. This is Daniel Wise, Federal Prison Time Consulting. RDAP Dan on YouTube. We've actually spoke a few years ago, 2017. You tried to rip me off and didn't get away with it. Anyway, we're live right now on YouTube, and we're doing another video on you due to all the phone calls that we've received. If you'd like to give me a call back and maybe tell your side of the story, you can reach me at 509-434-4695. And if you call me within the next 10 or 15 minutes, you can actually even plead your case here live on YouTube. Now, if you are in county jail or locked up, then you'll probably never hear this message, and that's not a bad thing. But again, we'll try to call your work as well over at the 405 cabinet and tiles or whatever it's called. So we'll put a call over there, and you can reach me again, 509-434-4695. If we don't hear back from you, I totally understand why, because you're out there probably conning somebody on the phone right now. Anyway, have a great day, buddy. All right, so that didn't work. So now let's try to reach him on, or somebody at the company. Let's see if we can get a hold of anybody at 405 Cabinets and Stone. And the phone number for 405, which you can Google. Actually, there's a link in the description of this video to the website for www.405cs.com. And the phone number for them is 714-500-3855.
Thank you for calling 405 Cabinets and Stone. Please wait to be connected.
Hi, 405 Cabinets. How may I help you?
Hi, is Charles Castro Barrero available?
I'm sorry, who?
Charlie Castro Barrero?
So there's no one of that name here. Are you calling for 405 Cabinets and Stone?
Yes. Apparently there's a gentleman that either works with you or was contracting with you, a known con artist in California who was taking advantage of employees from this company.
If that's the case, and he's not affiliated with us, I would ask that, because he most likely sounds like an outside contractor. I would ask that you get his personal information, because on our behalf, we are not associated with him.
Sure. Is there a supervisor or manager or anybody available that may have know about him? We're actually doing a story on him. And your company's name came up, and there was invoices sent to us with his information on it and your company on it. That's why you guys are linked to this.
Could I have the name once again?
Sure. It's Charles Castro Barrero, and he also goes by Charlie Castro Barrero.
I think I know someone who has worked with him. Can you give me a second while I try to transfer you over?
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm having just a minute.
So maybe he's just a contractor for the company. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. I hate elevator music. Exactly, Kevin. That's kind of how these calls normally go. Nobody wants to. Oh, we have no idea who you're talking about, and then you mention a few things, and it all comes out. And I remember, I'll never forget this guy's voice either. God, he does have a calming voice. When you talk to Charlie Barrero on the phone, he really does know how to turn the con man on. Everyone's like, who wants to take this call? I'm sorry.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. This is Sophia speaking. Are you calling on behalf of, I think it's Charles or so?
Yes, Charles Castro Barrero. I'm not sure if he was an employee or an owner or a contractor, but we've received quite a few calls, emails, text messages, and documentation that he was representing your company and conning employees and customers.
No, actually, we have this all incorrect. Regarding this, he has no affiliation with our company. Our company here is 405 Cabinets. What he's doing is using an account here as a contractor. He opened an account here under a company's name, Marco Torres. He's been purchasing cabinets from us and actually sending customers here and actually not delivering, basically. So regarding that, we have nothing. We are not involved with him. We're also looking for him to actually file a claim. But he sent a customer here to purchase items or to look at products. But in the end, he is a contractor that is supposed to pay us, but he never ended up paying. And he filed fraud on his card and had the company take back their money from the yesterday.
So he did like a chargeback or a dispute with his credit card?
Yeah, he disputed his credit card and said that, this company was a fraud, which that's incorrect because we delivered the product. And I'm sorry, who am I speaking with?
Oh, I'm
right
sorry.
now?
Yeah, my name is Daniel Wise. I have a YouTube channel, RDAP Dan, and we've been dealing with this guy for since 2017. He's been running these exact types of cons and scams. And we had a couple of individuals that reached out to us that thought he was the owner of this company. That's why we're reaching out to you guys. So you've definitely clarified some. I can send you some of the information we have on him. We have a full background report on him that you might be able to. Apparently, right now he's supposedly in jail, is what somebody is telling us. I think they said for grand theft auto, which is one of his MOs, is one of his typical crimes. So you've never met him or anything. It's just talking to him over the phone, I'm assuming.
No, actually, I believe he came in once to place an order for vanity cabinets. But how this started was, as a company here, 405 is well known, and we deal with a lot of contractors. What we do is that we're in the main manufacturer. We have many contractors that are opening an account with us here. But usually we'll deal with contractors. They send their clients and pick out items. So from there on, the contractor, which is Charles, would come and pay for the items. So it's just like I don't know, I guess a business or whatnot. But what happened was that he took money as a designer, he took money from his clients and agreed and promised products and delivery, but for some reason the customers never received their items. And to find out that even with one purchase of vanity, he disputed with his credit card company saying that it was a fraud on his purchase orders. So they took money back from the company, and now we're trying to figure out how to file a claim and report with him, but he's nowhere to be found.
Have you guys filed criminal charges or police report or anything against him?
Regarding that, it goes into our HR. We have records on this account here, and where I have no status regarding what was going on with that. We probably have sent this account to our attorneys here, but haven't heard back from them.
Gotcha.
Yet.
What's the amount that he has taken you guys for, roughly?
Well, actually, the first account was it was about 1,500. It was charged. The customer received their vanities, but to find out that we never the products were delivered, but our account has been negative because we dispute with the credit cards that I
Right.
mentioned earlier. Regarding the second purchase, we stopped it before it happened, but his customer was dealing directly with me here. I'm a designer, so whatever I did, I helped the customer pick out products and everything like
Right.
that. And when it came to payments, of course, we would deal with contractors, so he was supposed to come in to pay me for the products, but to find out that he was trying to, pay through the phone and all that stuff, and we said, actually, we would need you here in person because to find out there was another invoice that was open, which he disputed with the credit card company. So it kind of raised a red flag for us, and so we had him, come in. He never did. And then after that, I never heard from him. Then a couple of days later, I received a phone call from his so-called partner or his employee or whatnot, saying that they no longer work for Marco Stores, and he was actually opening a new company named Vivian Hughes or so. So Vivian Hughes was the next account that he was going to use, but then after that, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, this guy's been in and out of
to-
prison and jail, for doing the same type of stuff for the last decade at least. But okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, that explains a lot.
Yeah, and also I think he works with I think it was Part to Serve. Part to Serve actually a company that helps people get back on their feet, and I guess they gave him a chance. And I don't know what happened after that between them, but that was another company that he was working with.
What was your name again? Because I'll send you my contact information and what we have on him, and maybe you can forward it to your attorney and it can help you guys. I doubt you're ever going to see a penny back, but the guys, maybe it could prevent it from him doing it to somebody else.
Yeah, most definitely. My name is Sophia. If you can send this to, do you have an email from us? Would you like that?
Yeah, you want to shoot me an email and then I'll just reply to it?
Yeah. What is your email?
Sure. It's Dan, DAN, at federalprisontime.com. So Dan at federalprisontime.com.
.com.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Great, Sophia. I really appreciate you clearing it up. And what's that?
I'm sorry. What is your name again?
Dan Wise, W-I-S-E.
W-I-S-E.
Correct.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Right,
thank you.
To my HR. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Have a great day. Okay. Thank you. Bye, Sophia.
You too.
All right. So that was a valuable call. We got to learn a little bit that it sounds like 405 Cabinets has nothing to do with Charles. This is what he does. This guy is pretty creative. You got to give it to him that. Imagine if he used all of this knowledge and ideas to do something productive and positive. He probably could have actually made legit money with what he was doing. But so he would basically get the money from the person. He would then buy the products. He would probably ship the product to the person in some cases and then dispute his credit card to get the money back. So he was, wasn't just happy enough with a little bit of profit that he made. The guy's just a piece of shit. And I hope that something can happen where this kind of criminal mind just gets shut down, because he seems to do small enough cons to stay under the radar, but he keeps doing so many of them that it's basically tens of thousands of dollars that he's taking from people and taking from companies and doing disputes and chargebacks. The guy is just a master piece of shit that needs to be brought to justice. So here we are, Federal Prison Time Consulting, trying to knock him down. Anyway, that's a quick video that we wanted to do on this guy. Hopefully, if anybody's out there that knows him, we've gotten a lot of emails and text messages from the first video, so maybe this one will create another little bit of traction. And usually, the algorithms of Google and YouTube will take the thumbnail of the video and post this guy's picture, because it's very hard to find a picture of this guy anywhere. He's he's done a well job of keeping his face off the internet. He probably doesn't have any social media under his real name. So if anybody has a picture or any information on Charles or Charlie Castro Barrero, he goes by all these different names, send the information over to us, guys, because we would love to shed some more light. If there's an investigation going on that you know about, let us know. We'll forward the information we have off to the proper authorities. All right, guys, I'm RDAP Dan, Federal Prison Time Consulting, People Up and People Communities Method, one day at a time. Stay safe, everybody. And we're going to be back tomorrow or Monday with a new story on Oaks of Justice. Stay tuned.